So it's been a week to the day since we scalped back the Tiftuf and gave it a granular fert, and man, it has grown really well considering we got some temperatures below zero again. Top of the day is 14, yesterday was 13, it felt like winter. We're gonna get smashed by snow or something like it was freezing, so it's kicking in. Let's have a look at it, let's give it a trim up, a mow, and talk about what's happening from here on in for the rest of the season with it. Yo mate, what up? Welcome to another lawn tip vid. So as I mentioned at the start of the video, it's been a week since we scalped this back really heavy. I'll put some footage up of how it looked a week ago as opposed to right now, and woo, starting to kick in nicely, which I'm keen about. So now I need to start doing some regular mowing again because I've actually got some leaf here. So I need to start mowing this area so I don't start scalping it again. So when you've got a grass like couch grass or grass that's a little bit more aggressive, even like Kikuyu, once you've scalped it and you see some color starting to come back, start your regularly mowing from there on in. So I'm going to mow probably twice a week from here on in to make sure that I'm not scalping in every mow. It's just what a lot of warm season grasses do because the crowns tend to grow a little bit higher and they've got less leaf surface, whereas cool season grasses you can get away with a scalp a little bit more often because the crowns are a lot lower and the leaf blade is actually a lot higher. So that's why sometimes cool season grasses are easier to get looking nice when you're not regular mowing because of the way the growth habit is. So you can see looking across the area there is still a lot of brown spots here and there, but there is green growth all throughout these brown spots, which means it's not long till these are looking really good. So you can see there's a lot of leaf starting to shoot off the top there, lots of new blades coming through. Even in the really thin looking areas we've still got a lot of new shoots starting to come forward like this just here, which is the goal really. So that's why we're talking about mowing now. I could start getting liquid fertilizers out if I really wanted to, just to give it a little bit of an extra boost, but with the granular we put down and the warmer temps, the cooch is going to go absolutely nuts. So the goal today is just mow. We're not going to worry about weeds until probably another week or two. I need to give this whole area a blanket spray because I've got bits of clover, oxalis and other weeds that popped up after our spot spray earlier in the month. Like this here, a bit of, man, there's just a bit of everything all over the place. Now I could pre-emerge in the area. I'm actually not going to this time around, just because we are spreading a lot of the clippings and scarifyings out across into this area. Now it wouldn't have any impact on it. I would be fine still to put pre-emergent here and keep spreading out grass around this area, but I don't know, whenever I use the big sprayer, sometimes I do a little bit of overspray and parts drift out into further areas, so I'm just not going to do it. I'll be fine. I can selectively kill the weeds that are in here just for this season, just while we're trying to establish all the cooch on the outside here. Now, nothing's popped up yet here. It still hasn't been quite warm enough to be doing any sort of chaffing or sprigging. Here in Orange, it's just not quite the right temps. You sort of want it to be up in the high 20s during the day to really start seeing results. And I haven't been watering it like crazy either. We'll see if there's any signs of life. Not really. I'm gonna have to come around this outside here and spray it all with a bit of glyphosate. Get rid of that, because there's so much muck in here. There's so many weeds just from winter with all the rain we had. I did put pre-emergent around the outside and it held off weeds for a good, it's probably nearly 5 months, and then just the tail end when the pre-emergent was starting to wear off, because this is exposed soil, so the pre-emergent does break down a little bit quicker. Weeds just start going absolutely nuts. Glyphosate next week and start getting things prepped to get the Tiftuf spreading. So last week we had the mower set at number 1 when we were scalping. This has been adjusted up again to mow the green surrounds at number 5. Now we're going to take it down to number 3 so that when we cut the Tiftuf, we'll cut something off. We won't cut anything off at number 5. And then it should only nick a bit off the leaf. So it's called a height of cut reset. When you drop your height of cut lower than your intended eventual height of cut. So from 0 or 1 we cut it, raising it up now so the leaf has a chance to shoot from the crowns that are lower, so I've actually got some green on top. That's the reason we do a height of cut reset. So you find if you're always scalping your lawn constantly, like every time you mow you feel like you're cutting into the crowns and it goes brown, time for a height of cut reset, scalp it back, lift your mower height back up, to where you want it to be. Generally, I say do at least 3 to 4 mils, give at least that much in between your height changes, if not 5, just so there's enough room for the leaf to actually shoot. Obviously, the lower you get, like say if you're doing a golf green and it's scalping all the time, probably have to start doing grooming and getting rid of some of that thatch. That way the below ground thatch as well, and then yeah, basically continually mow at that height very regularly, like 3 to 4 times a week, and the lawn will actually adjust to that height of cut for you. Check it out, it actually striped up after that mow and got a bit of grass off there, which I was surprised about. I'll show you. Come down here, let's check it out. Not sure how well you can see from this angle, but there's stripes all throughout it, and it does look better after a mow. Definitely looks better. And there's a few spots that are nearly, honestly, like they're close to full health, sort of. A lot of leaf there anyway, and a lot of green colour from the fert's kicked in too. Won't be long, man, and this thing will be back to full health. I'd say, probably because it's a bit cooler still, I'd say about 2 weeks, and this should be filled in and looking very, very nice. Last thing on the agenda for today is I want to get some granular fertiliser on the green because it is hungry. I haven't fed it, man, I haven't fed it for a very long time with fertiliser. I'd say maybe 10, 12, ooh, maybe that long. A very long time anyway. So, time to get out some Spring Start, which is my mini prill fertiliser that I've got on my website currently. This product just here, I'm gonna put it out just on the bent grass itself at 2 kilos per 100 square meters, and it's great because the prill is so small in it that I could put it down and mow the next day and shouldn't really pick any up. Great if your lawn is below that 10 millimeters, this stuff, like the really, really fine prill. Telltale sign that the green is hungry is the ducks keep pooping everywhere and leaving little spots with nitrogen in it, and it's darker green in those spots. So it just needs a feed. It just really needs a feed to get it back to full health. Good to get those jobs done, good to get the sprinklers out also up and going. Now, I could have watered it in a little bit later today. It's not going to burn if the leaf is dry, but the leaf is a little bit wet down the bottom there now, so I have to get it watered in straight away. You've got to make sure the water hits those spots within 15 to 20 minutes. Now, the reason for that is because the actual prill will start to react with the wet leaf and start to work, and it's not enough water to break down the nitrogen that's in there, so you get a little bit of burn on the leaf. I've seen it happen on the golf course before. We put out a ton of fertiliser on the greens and we didn't water in for a little while, and we started to get this brown burn, and it looked like really sick within 2 hours. It was ridiculous. But fine to put liquids out, obviously when it's a little bit wet on the ground. It's just granulars. You got to make sure it's dry, or you get your water down straight away. Thanks guys so much for watching, really do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video, learned something about resetting your height of cut, when to mow again after scalping, and also about some granular fertilisers. Now the fertiliser I used today is available on my website, lawntips.net, the same as the Dominate I used on the Tiftuf in the background here. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, appreciate yours. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Can't wait to get rid of this weed and lettuce patch. Just looks nasty. Anyway, see you all very, very soon. Bye.